Angel Reese says her rent is 8K and WNBA salary doesn't even cover her bills. She basically just said that she just goes hating pays. The reality is that attention pays. Attention is currency when it comes to working with these brands. And that is the one thing you can never knock Angel Reese at doing, is that attention.
Before someone suddenly disclosed the truth about Angel Reese's genuine contract with the Chicago Sky, it seemed like the hubbub around her had finally died down. The numbers are staggering, and the details might change the course of her career. Worse, the timing of this release could not be more harmful. Does the team start to have doubts about its most promising rookie? What is the difference between Angel's transaction and Caitlin Clark's massive Nike business? We are presently analyzing each facet and its potential ramifications.
Good to eat. Good to eat by JC.
A little head fake. Reese, flick of the wrist. Air ball again.
In a now viral interview, Angel Reese revealed that she spends $8,000 a month in Chicago only on rent. The problem is that it's not even nearly covered by her WNBA paycheck. The Chicago Sky have only offered her a 4-year contract at $324,800, or around $81,200 a year. That amount hardly scratches the surface for someone who lives in a high-rise apartment and is quickly becoming one of the most talked-about athletes in women's sports. Fans were astonished, and critics were startled. How is it that one of the league's top players is having trouble affording basic expenses?
Wings.com to learn more. Beautiful dish inside, nose.
Angel Reese's real money? It's not coming from the basketball court, it's all happening off it. Beats by Dre, Tampax, Good American, Reebok, and even Hershey's Reese's Pieces are among the well-known brands she has inked partnerships with. In October 2024, she signed a multi-year deal with Reebok, making her one of the top athletes in the game. The problem is that stores won't carry her unique trainer until 2026. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's amazing $28 million Nike agreement has already put her in the spotlight. The real question is if Angel's brand is already starting to lag.
Back to Devin. Nice touch pass inside Diamond and Shields. Gets her own.
Davis, time winding down. Are they going to get the ball up in time? Clark for the win. Oh!
But things get much more challenging. The team option for Angel's 4th season with the club remains uncertain. This suggests that if the Chicago Sky are dissatisfied with her growth, leadership, or behavior, they may end her contract with no repercussions. Because of this, Angel feels a lot of pressure to perform well and manage her conduct. Unfortunately, her recent games haven't made things any easier. As seen by his dismissal, awkward sideline exchanges with teammate Camila Cardoso, and even his inability to make important plays, this isn't the Angel Reese the team had hoped for.
Doesn't pay anything. They were like, what do I make in the WNBA? She goes, I don't know what my WNBA salary is. Because that's the truth of it. Like, Angel Reese would make more money, and I'm not joking. She would make more money in... I would say she's made more money from her pre-game fits, from like brands paying her to wear them to games, than she has made from...
When you include in the impact of the media, things become much more serious. This isn't college anymore, ESPN's Stephen A. Smith recently said in relation to Angel Reese's behavior. This is the WNBA. You either grow up or you get left behind. On social media, fans are divided. Some want her to step up her game, while others are rooting for her brand. The reaction has been consistent. Her integrity is more valuable than money these days.
Reese breaking up that pass. Kennedy Carter feeds Angel Reese. Can't finish.
What is Angel going to do next? The impending club option, growing contract concerns, and growing public pressure have put her in a difficult position. Will she focus on her abilities and develop into the star the Chicago Sky had hoped for? Or will her off-court reputation start to eclipse her on-court achievements? Club sources say the next 10 games might decide her whole future.
Reese splitting the difference. Equally of a tough shot. Sefki Uzun over to Ogunbowale. Cross-court pass, Angel Reese picks it off. It's her against no one and lays it.
Angel Reese and other celebrities are leading the WNBA's quick change. While wealth, notoriety, and reputation are easy to get by, real longevity takes work. Whether Angel rises to the challenge or fades away will depend on what she does next. Will she prove the skeptics wrong or quiet them? Time and her on-court performance will tell.
Trying to seal inside. Reese the shovel. Cardoso the finish. 1 minute to go. Tie game. Allen looking into Reese. Reese back to work on Smith. Reese pops it in.
Angel Reese is a name that everyone knows. In addition to becoming the face of nil agreements and the queen of social media, the WNBA was shaken by a shocking contract leak. The main question is whether Angel inadvertently detracted herself from the spotlight due to insider knowledge, stolen documents, and growing pressure from Chicago Sky's management. Or is this all a part of a bigger plan?
Here's Reese at the elbow. Trying to go through multiple defenders. Sabali hauls it down.
Angel Reese is more than simply a basketball player. She is a cultural phenomenon. After thriving at LSU, she was named a WNBA All-Star, and her name sells more merchandise than many NBA rookies. Her 4-year contract with the Chicago Sky barely pays $324,800, which is surprising. That is less than the monthly income of some social media stars.
10 turnovers for the Sky here tonight. Elizabeth Williams, Angel Reese. First opportunity, not this.
Caitlin Clark, the best player in women's basketball, is anticipated to agree to an 8-year, $28 million Nike deal. Her face will soon be on billboards in Iowa and Tokyo alike. The difference between their transactions? It hurts, it stings, and it is inevitable.
Because she's already got the kind of social media thing on lock. If she is able to deal with it, and again, that is a big if, because we don't know. And a lot of people are talking about all the social media stuff, whether it's going to be good or bad for her career. If she is able to consistently improve and become an all WNBA talent, take that jump from like borderline all-star, and I know she was an all-star this year, but let's be real, if it wasn't for the whole debate, she wouldn't have been. She would have been close. She would have been close, but she wouldn't have been. Like, Ezzy Magbagor is the better player who wasn't an all-star. But then we also have to take into account that with what Angel Reese, that if she's able to make that leap and still do all the social media stuff, that we have got one of the biggest stars in sports. We've got one of the biggest stars in the sport, one of the biggest stars in sports.
Information from Angel Reese's contract that has been released reveals something shocking. For the last year, there is a team option. This suggests that there will be no buyout or security and that the team has the authority to terminate her if she doesn't perform. Although it may seem noteworthy that Angel Reese, who signed with Reebok in 2024, would create her own trademark shoe in 2026, Reebok hasn't controlled the sneaker industry for decades. No big product lines, no excitement over resale, just memories. Fame, however, is not free. There was significant disagreement about her nomination as a 2025 All-Star, with many arguing that it was driven more by TikTok popularity than actual talent. Her ongoing dispute with Caitlin Clark remains unsolved, and critics are speaking out more. Angel's 2025 to 2026 season is about more than wins and defeats in a league that goes fast and forgets even faster. It's about building her brand, landing the next shoe deal and managing the media. Reese and Clark are changing women's sports in rather different ways. Clark is motivated by hustle, while Reese is motivated by tradition. But in a league where contracts don't match the headlines, who really gains? If you thought this story was strange, wait till you hear what Angel's crew told ESPN behind closed doors. Following the Chicago Sky's shocking disclosure of Angel's contract, fans are in shock. Despite being one of the most talked about rookies in the WNBA, her actual earnings speak for themselves. Her 4-year rookie contract is worth a pitiful $324,383, hardly enough to cover her $8,000 monthly rent in Chicago, given that she earned a basic income of $73,439 in her first season. If the Sky decide to execute their team option for that, last year, her salary could peak at $93,636 by 2027. This implies that her work isn't totally secure and that she may lose her last paycheck if her performance deteriorates. Leaked sources claim that tensions are rising behind the scenes and that some members of the organization are wondering whether her reputation off the court is worth more than her reputation on it. Even though Angel continues to secure big endorsement deals with Reebok, Amazon, and Beats by Dre, she is under even more pressure after being compared to Caitlin Clark's massive $28 million Nike contract. Many now believe that the Chicago Sky may be reconsidering their investment because of Clark's frequent headlines and dominance of league statistics. Given that Angel has been lambasted for her inconsistent performance and angry outbursts, this contract leak may be the clearest sign to date that her future with Chicago is in doubt.